We're at 10120 Douglas Street. It's actually second pass. We came out here and did a video earlier on a line that ran outside the house and came around and tied in by the outside clean out, and we were unable to get through the main stack in the center of the house out to the outside clean out. It's cast iron and just filled with build up and debris. So it's been cleaned, and so now we are going through that stack, and they added on a clean out, a little bit of PVC, and so we're just gonna rerun back through this and see if we can inspect the interior line here. Good. We made the turn at the bottom. That's where we were having problems before. There's still a buildup of looks like just from it being cleaned, you can see how all the scale and everything off the side has been scratched loose, and it's also got a it's also just still some of that debris, loose debris in the bottom of the pipe, but it looks like the pipe itself looks pretty good. This is nice and clean through here. Once you get out of that debris. Here's some more debris buildup. Might actually just have gotten out. Maybe this was where we had the buildup. Yeah. I'm going to try to knock some of this stuff loose because it is loose. I think what I'm going to do here is, we are outside right by where the connection from the back of the house comes in right there to the right. And the clean out is right above us. So this is the connection to the house, and we were unable to get past about right here. You can see that chunk. We're going to see if we can get that busted loose and get it on out of here. So we're going to run some water. I'm going to pause the video just so we don't have a bunch of, we don't need a bunch of video of water running through here. But we're going to pause the video and run some water through here and see if we can get it to look a little better when we pull back. Okay, as you can see, the water's flowing nice and smooth, and so I'm just going to keep recording as we go. I'll see if I can bust some of this stuff loose. It actually looks like I did a pretty good job of. Here's that spot right there. Where see if I can pop that thing loose. There we go. So I was able to get that. There's a piece of concrete, which was construction material from probably doing the rehab on the house at some point, that had fallen in, and we are way out. We're in the spot where we have already inspected all this, but I'm going to try to make sure we push that piece of concrete on down the pipe there, so we can get that moving on. And there we go. And once we get this to an open spot like that, this is just full of water because I'm flowing. I mean, we have a hose wide open in this thing right now. But I'm pushing, I think I pushed that concrete, the little chunk of concrete down enough to where That should be all the way out in the main now. So now we're going to pull back and take a better look at that area with the, once we get back into the cast iron, so we're inside the house. There we go. Alright, so this was the original section we were inspecting. What I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of just run my camera back and forth here. And make sure that, see if I can get a lot of this construction debris broken loose and carry on down the pipe. So that's why I'm bouncing back and forth here. Just trying to make sure that this stuff gets loose. Back towards the opening. Push it all the way back out. I'll turn the water off and then let it flow by, and then we'll pull back and take a better look at it there. And here we are. We're back out into the clay. Okay, so from here on back, what we need to look at, I'm going to shut the water off. Shouldn't take very long now for this to slow down and flow by. So you can tell that big chunk of stuff right there as it exits is all gone now. Still some remnants of the little bit. We didn't maybe leave the water on as long as we should, but that's just from it being snaked. Like I said, all the scale being pulled off the sides of the pipe. It's like basically like little chunks of rust, just sitting there. And there's a little piece of something there on the left. May have been a piece of the pipe. It's down in there again when. Now I was here when they cut the lower parts, and the lower part was cut, and I know nothing fell in there. It may have been when somebody was doing the upstairs. Piece might have fallen down in there. That's what that looks like there off to the left. So I think all you need to do with this though is just get a little blow bag. All that is like a little expansion, it's like a water balloon kind of thing that you put in the pipe, and it swells up until it reaches the diameter of the pipe, and then it squeezes it and it blows a large pressure jet of water down the pipe, and then it fills up and it kind of pulses, and that'll flush this stuff out with no problem. Sometimes with just regular water flow, there's not enough pressure to get some of the like heavier pieces down the line. I've tried obviously with my camera there, moving some of it, and I'll see if I can get some of this moving. But a lot of times, you know, if I can get my camera to knock it loose, then it'll continue moving. But if not, you know, you have to kind of break it loose for it to keep moving. If it's been sitting there for years and years, I think this house sat empty for like 15 years or something. So I'm actually going to pause this real quick and see if I can. I'm going to see if I can flush this part out with my camera and with just the regular flow from the hose. Okay, I think I broke it loose, but I'm not 100% sure. There's that piece. Yeah, I think that's what it is. It looks like a couple pieces that have fallen down in there. So I think you just need a blow bag right there. I keep getting it to move. It's just not as far as I want it to go. It was at 10 feet, now I'm about 12 feet. My camera's just got a round head on the front, so it wants to just jump over it instead of actually hit it and push it. I think I may have gotten it. I definitely don't feel any resistance at all to my camera now. There was a little bit there before, just right in that spot. Okay, pull back to that 10 feet spot where the stuff was originally. I'll come back vertical. Let me see if we can take another look here after I turn the water off. I mean, either way, all it has to do is be flushed out better. And this stuff happens when they're doing, you know, rehab construction like this. It just has a tendency when they're breaking the pipe. Sometimes pieces fall down in the pipe. You can't, you know, it's pretty hard to prevent. But I do believe I've pushed it further down, so that should tell you right there that, you know, that's all it needs to do is. Yeah, you can see that spot. Just need to get that spot pushed down. I'm actually pushing it now, I think. I was. But I don't want to sit here and waste a bunch of time. Point is, I've gotten most of this stuff washed down, so all you got to do is get a blow bag, push this stuff out about 20 feet. When it gets into the clay, it'll all take off because it won't catch on the cast iron. And so I don't even think it was that far, but maybe another 10 feet from here, and that'll get rid of all that. But you can see the water was flowing fine even with that stuff in there, but it was cleaned out pretty well. Just left a little remnants behind from the cleaning. So that is really it. The pipe structurally looks like it's in good shape, so no real concern. Just a little bit of a flushing. We'll take care of all the stuff that's in there, and we'll be good to go. So that'll end the inspection at 10120 Douglas Street.